Alrighty. OBS is streaming. YouTube control panel is streaming. Do I have a stream on YouTube? Why is Chromium opening up here? What? Go away, Chromium.
Green light. Give it all you got.
My apologies if anyone is currently hearing the sound of my voice, but has no idea what's going on. My laptop is doing some strange things that have me a little bit puzzled. And it is how I watch to make sure everything is going on perfectly fine over on the YouTube side. Okay, we're up and running. I am currently solo at the moment. That might change. Byron is usually with me. He is listed as being offline, so I'm not sure what's up. I know there was some inclement weather where he was, so there's a possibility of internet or power issues being a problem. So that is something to consider. But we're kicking off qualifying here with the Iron drivers heading out on track. They are the red number plates. And we'll do the usual, track talk and championship rundown while that's happening. So our track tour will be provided by the 976 car this time. Where's my race control? There it is. Which is the car driven by D. Hines. For the Stunt Possum Ferrari crew. Or McLaren. Pardon me. Stunt Possum does all the different cars. And that does leave me sometimes a little bit confused as to what's running what. So, Iron Championship, let's get it done. After some big changes due to the promotion of Sven van de Velde to the silver, or to the bronze category, the Iron Championship is led by Thomas Wong with 47 points. Max Cruz is second on 43. 41 for Pat Fortune. And then we have D. Hines, who we are driving with, on 38. And 37 for Bozer. That is your top five. And you're really championship contenders. Everybody else is a little bit too far behind. I love Watkins Glen. I've actually driven this track in real life, and it is a fantastic time. Just kind of enjoy the S's here, and then into the loop. Hard right-hander here. This will take us around to the boot section of the track. That's what I call it anyways. Left-hander. Into the top of the boot. We're heading down to the toe of the boot, which is right here. Right-hander here. This is also the end of the second sector, for those who are into that kind of nerdy level. Hello, chat. We have a chat active. We head down to the heel of the boot. Into kind of the final section here. Basically the entire third sector is that northern bound turn there. Into the left-hander there. Another left-hander coming up. And then we head to the final turn of the track, which is the right-hander here. Onto the start-finish straight. And that is a lap of Watkins Glen, everybody. And D. Hines puts the pole position very, very briefly at 147. Thomas Wong going faster as well as Pat Fortune. Let's TV cam up here and broadcast. All right. So who else is coming to the line? We got Clint Strobel here today. Just picked up 5th quickest there. Also coming to the line, maybe not coming to the line, Robert Stoltz. Nathan B., Black Lung Bandits on the track. And Bozer moving to the top of the pile for Los Patos Hermanos in the BMW M4. So Bozer leads from newcomer Michael Hazenbrook. Is in third. Robert Stoltz, by the way, just took second place there. We have Balas Coleridge. We have Thomas Wong, the championship leader, currently in fifth place. Jos van de Velde in sixth. Pat Fortune, seventh. Eighth for Clinton Strobel. Ninth for D. Hines. 10th for Lucas Joubert. Very, very briefly there, as Nathan B. goes third quickest. Black Lung Bandit moving towards the top. So I think everything is good. If there's an audio problem, please let me know. I'm going to quickly do a little audio sampling here, just so I'll be off mic for just a second. Alright, everything sounds kind of good. I think I'm going to turn the game up just a tad. I think it was a little bit low. If I become hard to hear, please let me know. But we'll get a little bit more of the car sounds going on. Alright. Currently on a bit of a... We actually have a pretty tightly packed iron field here today. From first to last place is 2.3 seconds, roughly. Actually, a little bit less than that. Werner Jacobs hasn't put up a lap time yet, but so I'm ignoring him. But it does mean that we're in for a good fight. As 7/10 gets Lucas Joubert up into 7th place. Hazenbrook's on a good lap, but he's a little bit early. Nathan B. currently is making up about 0.4 of a second. Let's see if he can get to the end of... Oop, made a little bit of a mistake there. Alright, final stretch. Should be about 0.3 improvement. Should see him up into 3rd place. There you go. And Hazenbrook's a full second up right now, so Hazenbrook could be doing some good things. I like that livery. Griffin Sim Racing producing another pretty solid chump. We can hear your lovely voice nice and clear. That is good to know. That is excellent. Thank you very much. So Hazenbrook might have pole here. Right now, he's got it. There is, I believe that's Coleridge that he has to navigate there, which does lose him some time, couple tenths. So this will probably for the time being actually rob him of pole position. But it should still be good enough for 2nd place, so he needs to bring this lap home and do a good job. See if he can put it there. Also, Thomas Wong going 2nd quickest. He had a pretty good one. So Wong and Hazenbrook right now are kind of... okay, he's lost a lot of ground. Still going to be a couple of 10th improvement here. About 0.4 up from Hazenbrook. So this should move him into 3rd place. Oh, 4th place. Pat Fortune snuck in a lap. Oh, wait. He did not. I don't know. I, for some reason, didn't see Pat Fortune there in 3rd place. My apologies. Thomas Wong has got a threat to pole as well. He's up about 0.3 right now. Bozer is in the pits, so it looks like his mark as far as the pole position is made. And there's not much else to talk about there. But Hazenbrook and Wong, I think, are threats. Because there's a lot on the table for Hazenbrook. He had a really, really rough 3rd sector. And even late 2nd sector that lap. And I'll be very, very interested to see what he can do. I'm looking at his lap time right now, and he is currently in the green on his prior lap, which, by the way, was a threat for pole before the ending of it. And he's not at that point yet. So, Hazenbrook might... Yeah, it looks like he's made a mistake somewhere. Either that or got caught up in some traffic. I'm not sure which. He's in the red now. All right, that might kill it, but he does pick up a lot of speed here. This is where he had to deal with the BMW. I think it was Coleridge that he was lapping. And as a result, he's picked up about almost a half second here. So if he can put together a good 3rd sector, this could be the deal. He's up 7/10 now. It's looking good. Hazenbrook might have this. As it stands, Hazenbrook's got the pole position. He just has to keep it there. On to the final straight. It's gonna be close. Just falls short. 68 hundredths of a second. Separating Bowser and Hazenbrook. I also got a good lap going for Pat Fortune, who I kind of didn't think was going to be the threat. But he's out there right now. Thomas Wong has also got a very good lap going, which right now would be pole position. Fortune has a chance, but he's a little bit short right now. By the way, the bronzes are taken to the track, and we'll get to their championship in a moment here, but we don't usually have an iron pole go down to the wire like this. So forgive me for giving them a little bit of love. Unfortunately, mistakes have been made by Fortune, so I don't think he's in it now. But right now, Thomas Wong still has a lap fast enough for pole. He just has to keep it clean. Now, granted, the third sector does appear to be his weak spot. At least in comparison to Bowser's third sector. So he may lose time here, but we'll find out. Still good enough. Still good enough. Still good enough. Final sector. Final straightaway. This should be it. And it is. Thomas Wong snagging pole from Bowser, Michael Hazenbrook. Fantastic work. Just let me update my spreadsheet here a little bit. Thomas Wong, of course, is the championship leader in the iron category, so that point is a big deal. All right, we move on to the lovely bronze category. That is the gray number plates, such as this fine gentleman here, Sean Young. Sean Young currently leads the championship by just 6 points, 57-51 over Shanu Murasanu, who has been on a hot streak. And honestly, if it wasn't for a really rough run at Snetterton, he'd be the championship leader. But he's on 51. Adrian Marood is in striking distance on 50 points. Philip Newless, who was missing in action at Paul Ricard, was the championship leader coming into that. He is in 4th place on 41 points. And then it kind of drops quite a ways back to 24 points for Felix Kramrich. So it is kind of a... it does feel like it's kind of a 4-horse race right now. It doesn't feel like anybody beyond that is really in the hunt. Let's see here. Is anybody missing from that group? No, Philip Newless is here today. I see Sean Young. I see Adrian Marood. I do not see Shanu Murasanu. Nope, there he is. I see him. Number 91 Lexus. He's just in the pit lane. That's why I wasn't seeing him. Casey Jones with a good luck out there to everybody. Casey, are you missing in action again today? Seems like he is. All right. No lap time yet from the bronzes. Also, by the way, congratulations to Sven van de Velde, who has been promoted to the bronze category from the irons. And has a 5th place at Snetterton to show for it and a 7th place at Paul Ricard. So he's a solid threat. Also, we have James Wheel in the field today. We have not seen him since Snetterton. And it's good to have him back in the field. He was 6th place at Snetterton in the class. Did a very good job with the track tool team Mustang. So I'm looking forward to seeing him in action today. We have our first lap, courtesy of Samuel Jardine. Not a particularly quick one. Oh, we got a couple others. Sven van de Velde now to the top of the pack. Sean Young 2nd. Adrian Marood in 6th. And Philip Newless in 7th. Those are the 3 of the championship contenders, plus Van de Velde. We have chat telling us that Sven van de Velde being moved from bronze means that the feeling is Thomas Wong is the fastest. Can't argue with that. Thomas has been very, very impressive. I will say his Paul Ricard performance was a bit shaky. So here's hoping for a little bit better. Sean Young currently with a pole-threatening lap here. Currently in second place. The Bronze Championship leader. Looking to try to extend his lead here today if he can. Now, it should be mentioned, Sean does have a problem that the other guys do not have. And that is that the drop scores right now are not kind of really going his way. Because 9 of his 57 points are currently being dropped. That being said, I mean, that's a good place to be. Because it means that you have room to have an off round. Whereas the other drivers, particularly someone like Shannon Murasanu, does not have. Murasanu's already used up his off day. Sean Young does indeed move to pole position. This may be very short-lived, though. Sven van de Velde is up about 0.6. Almost 7. Here it comes to the line. This should easily be pole. At least for the time being, provisionally speaking. And there it is. Another threat might be James Wheel. He's up about a half second right now. It's a little short of being a challenge right this second, but should move him clear of Adrian Maroon in third place. Oh, we got Thomas Wong in the chat. So you had a bit of a quality setup that didn't really work in the race. I feel you. I've been there. I've done that. Wheel made a little bit of a mistake there while I was talking to chat, though. And Tyler Scott coming in fourth place. Philippe Nulis has a better lap going right now, but I will say that the Petronas McLaren does not seem like it's on its game today. He's currently in 10th place. The lap he's working on could move him up as high as 6th, I would think, depending on how he finishes it up. Maybe a little bit. No, he's picking up, so this might be the bad section here for him previously that he's riding right now. He is a championship contender and definitely needs to be looked at very closely. He's up 8 tenths right now, so that'd be a top 5 time if he can bring it to the line. You can see Sven van de Velde behind him there, and the currently pole-sitting 413 Ferrari. Heading into the final corner. He's up 1.2. Wow. Nulis with a burning third sector. Here we go to the line. This should be second place. And it is. Nulis moving up in the world. Wow. Andreas Hansen also on a pretty good lap here. This should be within a second of pole position. Should move him up quite high. Yep, fourth place for the Los Patos Hermanos Mercedes. People are tight today. I appreciate that. Robert Volt moves up into 11th place. There's a lot to play for, at least by the looks of the times right now. Shannon Murasanu still does not have a time up, though. That is concerning for the guy who is second place in the Bronze Championship right now. Only 6 points behind Sean Young. He currently actually has the lead with drop scores taken into account. Again, he's dropping just 1 point. Sean Young right now is dropping 9. There is an advantage to that long term, obviously. But right now, it does mean that, if the championship were to end today, he would be the champion. But obviously, we have this race to take care of. Also trying to find how many rounds after this do we still have. I really should have a full-on schedule, but I do not. If someone could provide me with that or a place to find it, I would love it. I'd be your best friend. Meantime, Murasanu still does not have a legal lap time, so this lap is very important. It's not looking great, but he needs to get something on the board. Something needs to be there. Meantime, pole seems a little bit sided. No one's really racking up a threat right this second. All right, coming to the line. It's still legal as far as I can tell. What is it? 15th. Not great. Not great. All right, Tyler Scott and James Wheel getting their last laps in. Moderate improvement for Wheel. And Scott also with improvement to 5th place as well. Murasanu appears like he'll have another shot here. We're going to ride with him. James Wheel is still out there as well with a moderate improvement right now. Sven van de Velde is out on track, but his lap is showing is invalid, so not really much to talk about there. And he just, I think just hit the wall and goes back to the pits. All right. So this is the last one of interest. He's up 5/10 right now. 6/10, I would say, rounding up. Which would put him... It'd put him around Samuel Jardine right now. But it's not a threat for pole as we speak. Definitely needs something. Doesn't seem like the Lexuses in general are having a great day. We've been used to seeing them have really strong outings at Monza and at Paul Ricard. So maybe coming back down to earth here at Watkins Glen. But we'll see. We do have Matt Gale coming, and he's the star of the Lexus program. All right, coming to the line. About 8/10 up. It's a solid lap. Nothing mind-boggling, though. Does indeed move him into 11th place, surpassing Jardine and Robert Volt. All right. So in the silver category today, we'll ride with Ron Morley while I break down the championship. Coming into today's action, championship leader is Nathan Gray by just 1 point over Oral Ja. So that's a big deal. And also when drop scores are taken into account, it's actually Ja leading the championship. Thiago Matos is on 40 points. He's in 3rd place. Pardon me. I gotta fix that. Johan Viviers is in 3rd place on 41 points. I need to do a quick organization here. Thank you. Viviers is on 41 points. Thiago Matos is on 40. Matt Gale, 36. And Jack Biddle, also on 36. Those are the notable silver drivers as far as the championship is concerned. There have been some other people who've had great outings. Kerry Pattinen, Thomas Boris, Conrad Kuhn. Looking at you guys. But the consistency has not been there to wage a real championship battle, a threat. By the way, Samuel Jardine, interestingly, has the best first sector, despite being shown in 13th place. Best second sector belongs to Philip Newless. Best third sector to Tyler Scott. So it is all over the place today. Ooh, that might be invalid. Apparently still valid. I thought that was 4 wheels off. Ron Morley coming to the line here in the BMW. Apparently that was not a timed lap. Got Nathan Gray out there in the Aston Martin. The Lexus of Matt Gale. Professional Hater is here today in the Black Lungs Bandit Marlboro Ferrari. Mickey Taylor. I do like that livery. I really, really do like the Child's Play livery. That's that comes together real nice. Thiago Matos, who I do believe I have not had a functioning livery for prior to this, so excellent to see that his pack is working. Thomas Boris here today in the classic Lipton livery. And Jack Biddle in the Track Tool Bentley. By the way, Oral Ja going 3rd quickest. He is the first of the silvers to put a lap time up. And the second is Matos, who goes 3rd quickest as well. Matt Gale over the line in 5th place. And 15th for Professional Hater. We know Hater's got great frontline speed. David Slater is here today. Hopefully his car is more cooperative than it was at Paul Ricard. We've had some problems. Here comes Matt Gale. Not as much of a championship threat as you would think for a guy who has 2 wins in 4 races, but the fact that he has no points but those wins is the problem. He He missed Monza to, sun himself on a French beach. We envy him. And, of course, he had a disastrous run at Spa-Francorchamps. Being taken out by technical difficulties. So, his wins at Snetterton and Paul Ricard are kind of weighed against that. But probably the fastest guy in the field. It's just a matter of him putting everything together. We also have a threat from pole from Diogo Matos here. He's up about 6/10. And that should easily get him to pole, but of course you gotta finish off the lap to get yourself there. And we'll see if he can do that. Coming to the line now through the final corner. And it looks like this should do the trick. First place. There is a threat from Matt Gale. He goes second quickest. Very tight. Not really anyone burning it up right now. Oral Jha is the one making the most waves at the moment. He's about a 10th up right now, which would be... would not improve his position at all. He's more than that behind Philip Doulis. But... plenty of time left. He's 47 seconds into his lap. It should be in the 144 is what it comes down to. So he's got about a full minute. We'll see if he can find any time. Either that or I'll pop over to somebody else if they're rocking it. But right now, there is not a rocket ship out there in terms of Delta. So the man who is second in the championship and has the lead when drop scores are taken into account is drawing our eye right now. Actually, we'll let him finish his lap, but we're going to hop on with Matt Gale after that, because Matt Gale, as well as Professional Hater, are right now ripping things up. Gale is on pace for a pole position. Hater could be threatening the top 10 when that lap has come to an end. We'll find out. And over the line goes Jha, good enough for 4th place. Matt Gale, currently it's good enough for pole. He's in the final corner. Lost a little bit of time through there, but it should still be enough. Gale moving into the top of the pile. Oh, also, I forgot to add the Van de Velde point for pole position for the bronze category. Thank you. Still a bit of time left. Still some time. Professional Hater out there currently just got up into the top 10, and he is going faster. Also currently on a rocket ship lap is Ron Morley. He's a full second up on his previous time. Wow! This should be good. This should be good enough to threaten the top 5. Let's bring it home, Ron. Come on. The family's waiting. The team is cheering. They're stamping their feet as he goes 4th quickest in the 815 car. Nathan Gray, a little bit off the pace today for a championship leader. He's been incredibly consistent this season. Winning the opener at Spa. Has not been back to the podium since, but he's been top 5 in every single race this season. And this will bump him up a couple of spots, but still 14th place is a little bit rocky. And Morley's going faster. Ron Morley may be the absolute dark horse here as far as the pole is concerned. This BMW has an incredible lap in it. He just needs to tame it. He just needs to bring it home. Oral Jha is also on a decent lap. Popping with him, time permitting. Morley has lost a couple of tenths, though. This may have cramped his style. I think he had a hope. He had a real hope. But right now, he has got no improvement on the board. A little bit there. Okay, okay. And it's invalid. Oral Jaw's up about a tenth as it stands. He's a threat to take Morley's 4th place, but I don't think the top 3 is really in jeopardy. We'll see, of course. Oh, man, maybe. He's picking up pace. He's picking up time. Lost a little bit there, though. He's a danger to 4th place still. And in the last bit, he's up 0.18. 11 hundredths of a second. That would be enough for 4th place. It's up 210. Ooh, oh boy. It's up 28 hundredths. 28 hundredths now. Up over 3/10. This is a danger lap. It's coming in. Here we go. Good enough for 3rd place. Yeah, Hater's losing. He's kind of just chilling here. Not really pushing it. So it looks like it will be Matt Gale on the pole. Matos 2nd, Jaw 3rd, Van de Velde, and Morley your top 5. Not really the expected top 5, if I'm being entirely honest, but we'll see. Always happy to see a little bit of randomness thrown in here. Now, you might be saying, "Oh boy, Matt Gale's on pole. This is a bad sign." Would you believe me if I said Matt Gale's actually not won from pole yet this season? And in fact, no one has. Pole position at Spa was Nathan Gray. Pardon me, was Oral Jaw. Nathan Gray won. Pole position at Snetterton was Diogo Matos. Matt Gale won. Pole position at Monza was Johan Viviers, and Oral Jaw won. Pole position at Paul Ricard was Viviers again, and the win went to Matt Gale. So we have not seen a pole sitter actually convert for a win yet. So this could be a first. Personally, I've been a big fan. Just checking to see if my co-commentator has popped in, and the answer is no. I was not aware of him being that he was going to be missing in action today, so I'm a little bit disappointed to be rocking solo, but it is what it is. I will say, very tight grid. It's been a while since we've seen the top 10 covered by less than a second. So we'll see how the penalties sort themselves out. All right. So pole position to Matt Gale. Like I said, we should probably go on the wing cam. You know what I really need? I need a chase cam for this. That would be ideal to do the grid walk. Helicam, probably my best bet. All right, Matt Gale and Diogo Matos on the front row, followed by Oral Jaw and Sven van de Velde. Row 3, Ron Morley will be joined by Philip Newlis, Thomas Boris. Sorry, I did it again. I've said this before. There's a comedian named Trevor Boris, and it will slip in. Joined by Professional Hater on the 4th row. Hater coming out of nowhere towards the end of qualifying. Sean Young and Andreas Hansen will have row 5, followed by Tyler Scott and Adrian Marood. James Wheel and Nathan Gray will be row 7. I'm going to change my view here just to make sure I get the first names. Thomas Wong, the pole sitter for the iron categories, on inside row 8 with Bo Zer. Michael Hazenbrook is row 9 with Vicky Taylor. Row 10, Shanu Murasanu and Jack Biddle. Bit of a letdown for Biddle, who's rocking a 2 podium streak. So hopefully we'll see more from him. Robert Volt and Samuel Jardine will show row 11. Row 12, Pat Fortune and Nathan B. Row 13, Robert Stoltz and Dee Hines. Row 14, Balish Kollerish and Lucas Jobert. Row 15, Jos van de Velde and Clinton Strobel. Row 16, Rian Lautre and Werner Jacobs. And David Slater bringing up the back. And we're seeing the penalties get populated now, so anyone that we need to look at. Matt Gale with a 10-second penalty drive-through for Trevor I did it again. Thomas Boris, I am sorry. And a 5-second penalty is on the board for Shanu Murasanu. So, not too many penalties to consider, but there are a couple to look at. The biggest of them probably belonging to Boris, who has a drive-through. So it's not just a time penalty at his pit stop. He'll have to make his way through to serve that penalty, which could be a problem. As per always, guys, the commentary room is open if anyone would like to pop in and have a word. Obviously, we'll be doing post-race interviews with those who wish to do so as well. And otherwise, sit back and enjoy the action. If you have anyone we want to follow at the start, please let me know. Couple of missing faces today. A little bit of a smaller grid than we're used to, but not too bad. Let's see, who are the big guns missing? Johan Viviers is not here today. Dennis Hook is absent as well, and Kerry Pattinen. Those are all top 10 drivers in the silver category. And notable absentees from the bronze category include Felix Kramrich, Chris Stancer, who has a knee injury that is acting up. Matthias Wiedemann not here today. No Idris Cahill. So that's a little bit disappointing. And in the iron category, Max Kruse is once again missing in action. He was the championship leader coming out of out of Monza. And absent again here today. So it's a big boon for Pat Fortune, D. Hines, and Bo Zurer to make up some ground, as well as Robert Stoltz. They're the guys right behind him. All right, we are off on the warm-up. It will be the Cyber Racing Lexus of Matt Gale leading the way. Joined in the front row by the 755 McLaren of Diego Matos. And then the second row of the 296 Ferrari and the 413 Ferrari of Aurel Jha and Sven van de Velde. I wonder, are they both 296s or... Yeah, those are both 296s. I can tell that visually. No 488 nonsense. Couple of the old 488 Evos are running in the field, though. I know that, for example, Pat Fortune, who will be starting fairly high up in the iron category. Where are you, Pat? There he is. He's rocking the 488, the older of the two Ferraris. At least as far as GT3 is concerned. See, can I see David Slater today? Yes, I can. All right, that's already better than Paul Ricard. David Slater's car was in the pits the entire Paul Ricard race for me, so that's a positive. Good to see the track tool McLaren is out on track and visible. Aurel Jha is being a little bit frisky there about taking second place. You're out of position there, sir. I want to get back behind the McLaren and Matos. He's even going alongside the pole sitter. Making sure the stewards have their attention on him, which is not necessarily a great idea. That's Sven van de Velde behind him, the 413. And Ron Morley in the BMW rounding off the top 5. In the pink pounder. Very Logan Clark for the MMA fans in attendance. One of the weirdest UFC fighters. He got to the UFC, won his only fight against Steve Burns, and then somehow never fought again in the UFC. Very weird. Fought in their associated promotion, WEC. One of those mystery... Oh. Matos moving to the front of the pack. For a moment there. No penalty for that, but if you're too abusive of your position, there could be consequences. Waiting for the green flag. I think TV Cam 2 will give us the best view. Also, good to see everybody's liveries working in the package. That's nice. I think it's the first time this season we've had everything functional. All right, coming out of the final turn. Green flag could drop very shortly. Will Matt Gale lead us from pole? Will he be the first person to snap the pole curse this season? He does have a 10-second penalty to serve. Matos does not. Ja does not.
Green light, green light.
And we are off. The green flag is on. Heading down to the first corner, we still have Matt Gale in the lead, but Matos is alongside. Oral Ja looking to the inside. Ron Morley could also be in the mix there in the pink... Oh, never mind. Who is this? This is Thomas Boris off to a great start. He's up into 5th place and going side by side with Jos van de Velde. Pardon me, Sven van de Velde. Wrong Van de Velde. Also in the mix there, that's Professional Hater in the Marlboro car. He's moving up into 6th place. A little 3-wide action. Looks like everybody's more or less gotten through clean. Relatively, actually, not even relatively, very cool track today. Oh, we got a couple off. We do have a couple off. Mickey Taylor dropping through the order. As well as, that is James Wheel, who has fallen to the back. Gale still, oh, hang on. We got a faller, Professional Hater. Can I get a quick replay? Let's see what happened to the Marlboro car. That just kind of loses the back end, so no one's fault but his own, or I guess, well, you could argue the designer of the car. Gale in the lead from Matos. Ja 3rd. After all of that, Van de Velde still hangs on to 4th place. Boris is 5th. Morley, Newless, Young, Hansen, and Scott, your top 10. So Scott winning out there with the people who have had a little bit of problematic action. For the back, Thomas Wong battling with Bo Zur. This is for the iron lead. Oh, we got a yellow flag. Oh, that's Boris heading into the pits to serve his drive-through penalty. Fair enough. So he'll slide out of this conversation, and Bo Zur moves into the top 10 as a result. So a couple people are definitely out of place. Hater, Wheel, and Shannon Mersandu's at the back of the pack. So Mersandu's had a rough opening. Jack Biddle's had a very good first lap. The Bentley is up into 13th place on the tail of Adrian Marood at the moment. It's Thomas Wong ahead. And Bo Zur. And behind that is Nathan Gray, the championship leader in the silver category. Running in a lowly, by his standards, 14th place. I may have to briefly step away here. I made the foolish decision to start this apparently without a beverage at the table. And those who have been watching my work for any particular period of time, I need that. My vocal cords, my throat, everything. Everything needs that. So, I won't do it now because we got a lot of action and we want to see it. We want to see as much of the action as possible. But things will at some point settle down just a little bit. Jos van de Velde is in the pits early. That's it. That's an RTB, or a return to pit, I do believe. So something significant happened to him. Let's get a 30-second review. What happened to Jos? Oh, James Wheel off the track there. And it looks like so was Jos. Can't see his car. Yeah, returns to pits. Not sure what happened there. We'd have to go back more than 30 seconds to find out. James Wheel, if you're in chat, you could possibly tell us. Jos could also do that. A very, very tight battle for 5th place going on right now. Philip Newless. Oh, hang on. Oral Shaw going side by side with Diego Matos for 2nd place. 5th place can wait. We got a battle for 2nd. Sven van de Velde is also in the mix. For now, that's held on to. So Philip Newless is kind of the cork in the bottle. He's got Ron Morley on his tail, followed by Sean Young, followed by Tyler Scott, who's making a move on Andreas Hansen. Hansen in that mix. You also have Bo Zur in that mix, in the lovely BMW. Thomas Wong, the Iron Championship leader, who's under immense pressure right now, from the Bentley of Jack Biddle, from Adrian Marood, and from Nathan Gray. And Biddle's going to go through. Marood's going to go through as well. We see this happen to Thomas Wong before, where he's got a very finely tuned single lap pace car, and it struggles a little bit on the longer runs. Struggles a little bit under, like, the load of the fuel. And, he is dropping like a stone right now. Still trying to fight off Marood. And there's Nathan Gray. And also in the mix is Robert Volt. As well as newcomer Michael Hazenbrook, who's had a rough start. He's fallen back through the order. Wong losing out there to Marood. Volt would like to be next in the lone Honda in the field. The Volt Racing Honda. The brave man bringing the NSX to the table. Wong trying to fight back. Wong's not done. And, ooh, gets very out of shape there. Through goes Volt, through goes Gray, through goes Hazenbrook. Through goes Jardine. Sven van de Velde's off. Let's have a look what happened there to the 4th place car. There didn't seem to be any action around him. Okay, so this is weird. Van de Velde is showing up with 2 different liveries for me, so... He's the Marlboro livery on replays, but he's the green car live. That's gonna be an oddity. I'll have to remember that. Philippe Newless up on his tail. He's brought Ron Morley, Sean Young, Tyler Scott, Andreas Hansen, and Bo Zur with. So this train just getting longer. Samuel Jardine going for the move and makes it stick. Battle of the Japanese brands, Lexus v Honda. Newless looking for a move here. Van de Velde's car is going to be not a great time right now. I can say that much. That front end is very banged up. And everybody behind him is losing time. Oh no! Ron Morley gets into the back of things. Boris gets... Or not Boris. Andreas Hansen gets collected. Tyler Scott gets collected. Oh no. It's terrible. And the person who's loving this is Sven van de Velde, who is still running in 4th place as a result. Sean Young up into 5th. Morley is more or less survived that accident, which was his creation. Philip Newless down to 7th. Jack Biddle's now found his way up into 8th place in the Bentley. Bozer up to 9th. I think he got caught up in that a little bit, though. Adrian Maroud trying to make a move. 10th place, Nathan Gray in behind, along with Robert Volt. Looks like Jardine got picked up in that as well. He's fallen back in the Lexus. See him at the back of this pack there with Hazenbrook. Also, Robert Stoltz suddenly is in this mix. There he is in the Sarko Turk. Oh, Nathan Gray off the track. Stoltz making a move on Thomas Wong, who continues to fall backwards through the pack. Which is great news for Bozer. Nathan Gray rejoining at the back of this pack. Sean Young is looking to make his move on Van de Velde. Also got Newless heading into the pit lane. I just saw a yellow flag. Wanted to check in on that. Jardine and Hazenbrook going side by side. This is for 13th place. Oh boy! Into the wall goes Professional Hater. Not sure what happened there even. That car just like spasmed. Very weird. Hazenbrook going side by side with D. Hines, who is suddenly in this package. In the Ferrari. Old school Ferrari versus new school Ferrari. Or pardon me, Hines is the 720. It's you gotta remember that. It's Pat Fortune who rocks the old Ferrari. I've gotta remember that. I've been told that I've seen it enough times, like there's no excuse for it. Thomas Wong on the tail of Robert Stoltz. A lot of action going on here. Fastest lap, by the way, for Matt Gale. It's a 44.592. He is powering his way through. Boris and James Wheel trying to make a comeback. Boris from having to make a drive-through penalty. And in the case of Wheel, he just got caught up in some of the early chaos. And making their way past Werner Jacobs there. Or pardon me, that's Clinton Strobel. I am wrong. Werner Jacobs' livery is not working, so there is one person whose livery is not working in the field, and also there's an oddity going on there. By the way, Van de Velde in the pit lane, a number of other people in: Scott's in, Newless in, Taylor in, Marisanu, Fortune, Slater, and Nathan B. So the pits are a busy place right this moment. Hazenbrook and D still going side by side. Nathan Gray is getting in on this too. This could be messy. That is the championship leader in silver in the yellow Aston Martin. Hazenbrook and D Hines are not really concerned about him though. They're iron drivers. And Hazenbrook gets a little bit too close, gets in under the tailwind, and spins off the track. Let's see where he rejoins. It's a tight grid. We said that in qualifying, that the things were pretty tight. There's Matt Gale. Working his way through some lap traffic. That is Van de Velde, I do believe. Yes. Is that Jos Van de Velde? Yes, it is. I have that correct. It's because he's being shown in a different position to me. He was being shown in 33rd place on the race control, not 32nd. Makes up a couple spots there. Jack Biddle still charging forward. That's Ron Morley, who's electing to drive with some damage suffered earlier in that contact. We'll see if that pays off. I would have probably pitted it. It does not seem like Morley has pace right now. He's being left for dead by Sean Young, which was a car he was battling with earlier. What was his lap time? Quite a bit. quite a bit slower. So he's losing out. Biddle goes through. Marud goes through. So he's preserving track position right now in terms of standing, but not in terms of, I think, where this is going to end up at the end. I think he's losing time right now. Now he has Bo Zur, the Iron Leader, on his tail, who's bringing with him Robert Volt and Robert Stoltz. Robert, and in the background there's Thomas Wong, who's had an interesting day, because Wong's been falling backwards through the field, but he's kept his nose clean, and as a result, he's back up into 11th place. So, I don't know what to make of that whole thing. I'll tell you who's having a great day. Leon Rocheret is up into 15th place. He's being demoted right now by Thomas Boris, but he is having a phenomenal day. He's just kept his nose clean and has moved up through the field in the Dragon Alliance car. That 106 Porsche, we have not seen a lot of it towards the front end, and well, here we are. He'll lose out inevitably to James Wheel here, and probably also Lucas Joubert before long. Like, these are not guys that he's really fighting with historically, but he's getting the job done. Morley is losing ground to Marud and Biddle, and is now holding up Bo Zur, Robert Volt, and Robert Stoltz. Thomas Wong catching up to the back of that. This is really not working out for Bo Zur and Robert Stoltz in particular, because of course Thomas Wong is coming in there back into the picture. He's a big deal in the iron category with the championship lead and everything. Bo Zur would love it if he could get some gap, but instead he's stuck behind a car that is compromised, but fundamentally has been faster than him in the race, and he's trying to find his way around. Pulling alongside now, but the Pink Pounder retains. For justification, though, they've lost about 0.8 of a second this lap to Adrian Marud, and Bo Zur is going to lose out to Robert Volt as a result. The Honda moving through into 8th place. There's Marud and Biddle, who got clear of this fight not long ago. Thomas Boris looking to pick up another spot here. That is Balas Kollrich up ahead in 14th place. Another car that has just kind of kept it clean and therefore is a little bit out of position right now. Boris had that drive-through penalty and is trying to make his way through. Some of the carnage is helping him out because some of the people he's... Ooh, Balas is being feisty. I'd be careful with that. You're an iron driver facing a silver driver. It's maybe using up a little bit of your talent there. Robert Volt made the overtake, but falls back behind Rob Morley. So Morley continues to be the cork in the bottle here. Tyler Scott has been in the pits for quite a while. So that is a 5-minute plus pit stop. Nearly 6. That's gonna complicate things for him. Adrian Marud tagging along with Jack Biddle. Second place in the bronze category right now. Sean Young is in the lead. I'm sure he'd be more or less happy to follow Biddle. It's just that he needs Biddle to make a move here and get up to Young, who's about 2 seconds up the road. That's the person he cares about. For the back, we got Volt looking to make the move on Morley again. Down the inside into the loop. Held off. In the meantime, James Wheel making a move through the field. Have lost a couple of cars by the looks of it. Some people pulling the plug. Adrian Marud looking to make the move on Jack Biddle here. Biddle, by the way, did not have pace in qualifying, but he's once again making hay while the sun shines. Up in the top 5. He's on a back-to-back podium streak from Paul Ricard and Monza, so he would love to add another one here today. Another solid result. Bo Zur and Robert Stoltz going side by side. That is for the iron lead. And speaking of the iron lead, that is the 1, 2, and 3 in the iron in your shot right there. Bo Zur, Robert Stoltz, and Thomas Wong in the McLaren at the back there. So Wong's coming back into play after a disastrous earlier section of the race. And looks like, interesting. Thomas Thomas Boris picking up a how'd he get that? I don't see it here. Okay, maybe it doesn't show in replay, but he picked up one of the sponsorship boards. All right. Robert Volt trying to make the move again. Bozer looking frisky in the background in the BMW. Ron Morley continues to be the absolute cork in the bottle here. Volt down the inside, heading into the loop again. He chickened out last time. He does it this time. He makes the move. He's going to break that cork. He's having a good day. He's up in third place in the bronze category. Doing great. Of course, the bronze category racers are probably really happy that Sven van de Velde had some problems earlier on, because he was looking like he was untouchable in the category, but now finds himself. We don't know where he fits in. He's currently the top guy who's pitted, but we'll see what happens. What's the gap? Van de Velde's about. No, he's lapped. I cannot figure it out because he lapped. But he's lapped because he pitted. So. That'll fit in some other way. Bozer going for the move on Morley. BMW on BMW crime. Robert Stoltz in the background is like, I would love to get in on this, as is Thomas Wong. And Stoltz makes the move! And somehow holds it on track. Wow! Robert Stoltz up. Sean Young, by the way, in the pits. The bronze leader. Both in the overall championship and in the race. Heading down pit road. We're going to be sticking with this battle for a while. Bozer's day has gone from great to a little bit worse, because Thomas Wong's going to pick up a spot here, I think. And Nathan Gray's coming as well. The championship leader in the silver category in the yellow Aston Martin for Las Patos Hermanos. Young in the pit lane still. Just flip it around here. Yeah, a little bit of action between Leon Lotteray and Alex Kollerish. Let's let the Irons have a day. They don't usually get to be the center of the attention. Get a look at the Dragon Alliance Porsche taking on the dive bomb BMW. Be nice to see Rion pick up some. He's been a regular pitcher of the field, but his 9th place at Paul Ricard in class is his best result. And as a result, he has only 2 points on the board. Balish has 9. Oh, and he's in the wall. Serves me right for not looking. Gonna make him live it again, but I think he just kind of lost control of the car. No, he clipped Clinton Strobel. So Clinton Strobel lost control of his car and collected the other BMW. That is going to be rough times. Couple pit stops. Strobel in, Morley in, Stoltz in. Interesting move by Stoltz to pit with Morley as opposed to going on to overtake him, but we'll see. That leaves the iron lead between Bozer and Thomas Wong. Nathan Gray in the background. Nathan tends to run pretty long. We'll see what the Aston Martin does here today. It's a car that tends to be good at doing that. Oh, Bozer getting a little out of shape. Pressure coming. Gray would love to get past both of these guys. He would like to make up for like a relatively bad qualifying for the championship leading iron car. It's done a good job so far, but has found himself back there now. Michael Hazenbrook off track. Adrian Maroud and Jack Biddle, they've been having a good battle. The Ferrari versus the Bentley. And for the time being, that's, I think, going to be a spot for Maroud. And it is. Moving up in the world. James Wheel's making good progress. Now, unfortunately, it appears that his early issues did not involve a pit stop, so he still has a pit stop to make. But he's been calmly making his way back through. Also good that he apparently avoided damage worthy of going in the pits. D. Hines pitting out of his way now. James Wheel up to the top 10. Adrian Maroud finally gets past Jack Biddle and elects to pit. This is there's some weird pit strategies going on here. I'll just say that much. And joining the hunt there is Ron Morley. Morley is down a lap. He is one of the pitted cars. Top pitted car is Sean Young, followed by Sven van der Velde. So Van der Velde, or Robert Stoltz and Van der Velde. So Van der Velde is still kind of in the mix, despite the early issues. Samuel Jardine. Oh, Bozer getting sideways. Just being a general hazard right now. Nathan Gray cannot be happy. This is not his fight. He would like to get clear. He would like to let Wong and Bozer go to war on their own. It's not helping them out because Robert Stoltz, who is the third guy in this iron battle for the lead, he's currently out there running just his own best life right now. Be interested to see what his lap time is here. Coming across the line. Curious. What do you got, Stoltz? Pardon me, that was his exit lap. So, obviously that lap time is actually quite useless. My bad. Oh, so Maroud has jumped Sean Young for the lead. All right, I you know what? I shat on Maroud's pit strategy, but it's worked out. He's jumped the car that matters to him. And has got position. That should be the bronze lead. The only wild card is Robert Volt, who's still out on track running in 5th place. He was close enough that he's in the picture. And he's doing good laps. So we'll see what he can do. Nathan Gray going forward against Thomas Wong here. If I'm Wong, I'm letting him pass. Let him put the pressure on Bozer. Bozer seems like he's about to crack. Like, there's been a couple of times where that BMW has gotten very sideways. And you let the Aston Martin go up there and turn on the heat. And I think you got a little something. James Wheel in the pits along with Michael Hazenbrook. Andres Hansen going to war with Philippe Nulis. This is pretty high up in the bronze. Both of them got caught up in some of the carnage, though, which is, I think, compromised them. Not that high up, actually. So the podium probably looks like Maroud, Young, and Volt right now. Then Hines would be 4th, Van der Velde 5th, Jardine 6th. So this is about Bersano 7th. It's probably the 8th place. Hazenbrook picking up a stop-go penalty for, I imagine, speeding in the pit lane. Would be my guess. James Wheel rejoining the festivities. Also headed this group, so that's not good. You know, Wheel, after his early carnage, I thought he'd be in trouble, but he's looking like he's probably about a top 5 bronze driver here today. So that Mustang is doing good work around its semi-home track. That is a blue flag scenario that Nulis is being held up in. That is Lautre, I do believe. Not a blue flag, pardon me, but Lautre is on a long run. We'd be better off just kind of letting these guys through. This is not his fight. And Joubert in the pits. Oh, Thomas Wong Losing a spot to... There was a yellow flag on him, but it doesn't look like it was anything too bad. Might have just gone off the track. Car looks intact and all. It's losing a spot to Nathan Gray, which... Excuse me. Again, I said I would let Gray through and let Gray put the pressure on Bowser myself, but that is just me. I am what you would call a very conservative driver in that regard, as Werner Jacobs gets deposited by the bronze leader down a lap. Or pardon me, that was position. Jacobs is out there having not pitted in that Lexus. Has made his way up into 11th place. Where is he in relation to leader? Not too bad, actually. This long run is working out for him. Stoltz picking up a spot over Joubert. That's Joubert rejoining. Joubert is now suddenly in the mix, also possibly for an iron podium. Right now, it's Zur, Wong, and Lautre on track. But Lautre is not going to be part of this in the long term. So with Werner Jacobs. They have to pit. It's the guys like Hines, who's about... Well, you can see the gap. It's Hines, Stoltz, and then like Joubert, who's a little bit behind them, that are battling it out for that third spot, I think. When all comes to bear. Yellow flag for... Okay, he's just hitting the pits. So that's Rion Lautre in the pits. Nathan Gray looking to get past Bowser. It's not working out for Thomas Wong. I will say that. My strategy of letting Nathan Gray through might not have worked, because it looks like without Thomas Wong on his tail, Bowser's kind of calmed down. And as a result, he's not making the same mistakes that we saw when he was under pressure before. He may not recognize Gray as a competitor, because he's not. He's a silver driver. So he's just kind of focusing on his line. He's not letting him through, but it's looking a lot smoother there. Jacobs also in the pits. Now, the big question out front is Matt Gale is quite a ways up there. He's 10.3 seconds ahead of Diego Matos. But he has a 10-second penalty, so that could be a problem. It's really got him pretty clear of everybody but Matos, though. John third, Biddle in fourth. And there's not really anyone who's pitted to really consider here, because the top pitted car is Adrian Marud, who was around Biddle before the pit stop. So, not really a conversation. Robert Volt in as well as Bowser. Promotes Thomas Wong to the top of the iron. And that will promote probably Marud. Hang on, this will be interesting. Let's pull up the map here. Marud is making his way through the final loop here. Volt is the number 405 car in the pits. We'll see. Because I wasn't sure how far Volt had gotten ahead. The 416 is the interesting one. It's on the start-finish straight. There it is in the yellow. Okay, he's going to easily get him. Marud's going to get him pretty easily. I think Sean Young will probably also get him. Volt is still not moving. Can Sven van der Velde get him? That's the question. Third place? Nah, Volt's back out on track. Okay. So that puts it at Marud, Young, Volt, and then van der Velde. That's your top four. Matos is in. Bowser has come out behind Robert Stoltz, so third place in the... oh no, he's in the wall. Car looks okay. He's going to lose a spot to D. Hines, but the car does appear to be still running. Can I hop on board with the passenger just to get a feel of the car? Seems good. Seems good. So it seems like Bowser should be okay, but that's going to drop into fourth place. Matos and Biddle are in. really a battle going on right now. This seems like an ideal time to grab that beverage I was talking about. So, one moment, I'll be right back. Go with something that doesn't have a sprint bottle. I think that's Clinton Strobel rejoining the track as I come back. All right, Gale's in the pits. Now, the interesting person to look for is going to be Matos, the 755 McLaren. That's who he was just about clear of with the penalty. We'll see how that goes. Not seeing him moving yet. Jaw in the pits as well, so Nathan Gray will probably get to lead for a little bit. Thomas Wan, by the way, he's keeping with Nathan Gray. Like it's pretty close. Gray does not have the pace today, I don't think. He's going to have to play a blinder on strategy. Oh, he's in the pits, actually, so... Is the man who had a drive-through on lap 1, Thomas Boris, going to get to lead a lap? Thomas Boris is in the lead! That's amazing. I did not think we would see that. Gale is back out on track and well clear of Matos, so... Yeah. Not well clear, but like a little bit clear. So he just needs to get down and put the pedal to the metal, and all the drama of the strategy has been handled for the 508 Lexus. Looking for a third win. Yellow flag out for Murasanu. Looks like he got into the wall. Bozer back on the tail of D. Hines. And right behind them, that is... Is that Robert Stoltz? No, it's not Robert Stoltz. Who is that? It's got to be somebody that they're not on the same lap with. Trying to look at the window, at the windshield there. I guess I could just pull up the map. What's that? That is the 132 car. Ah, that's Tyler Scott. He was more in the factor of like battling for position, and now he's a lap down on them. He's had a rough time. He had some damage. That's why I was having a hard time placing the car. He's not where I expect him to be. Boris in the pits, so that'll hand the lead back to Matt Gale. You can kind of see Scott is a little bit faster than these guys, and probably he appreciates that this is a battle for a podium in the iron category, and it's a very important battle. But he'd also like to he'd like to get through, if that wouldn't be too much to ask. Murasanu back in the pits. That's not good. Second Cyber Racing Lexus is having a bad day. That is the championship contender in the bronze category, Shane Murasanu. Is Boris going to come out, actually? I guess that's kind of the mystery with the whole drive-through penalty earlier. Looks like he's just outside of the top 10 overall. And there's a couple of non-silvers mixing it up in the top 10. So what's that going to be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 6th place. It's not too bad. So with all the pit stops out of the way, let's do the quick rundown of the top 5s. In the silver category, Matt Gale and Diego Matos are battling for the overall lead and the win. Oral Shaw is in a comfortable third place. You know, it's good for him. He's ahead of Nathan Gray. That's really all he particularly cares about. Jack Biddle is in fourth in the Bentley, and Nathan Gray is in fifth. Bozer is off the track. What happened? Side by side with D. Hines. Hines got a little bit of the curb. And Bozer kind of the innocent party there. Wouldn't really fault Hines either, but if I'm apportioning blame, Bo is not getting any. And he's, it's not good. He did survive an earlier contact with the wall, so I guess it's a little bit of karma. Adrian Maroud leads the Braun category pretty comfortably over Sean Young and Robert Volt. In fourth place, it is still the danger man, you would think, just because of the pace. Sven van de Velde. He's quite quick. He's the fastest car in the category. And Samuel Jardine has somehow come out into a fifth place here. Now, he has right behind him James Wheel for company. That is not a safe fifth place, but he's having a solid day. And then in the iron category, it's championship leader Thomas Wong leading the way. Robert Stoltz is a danger man, though. He's about 8 seconds behind him. With D. Hines in third, followed by Lucas Joubert. Bozer is fifth, but he's got another pit stop to serve, so I think Leon Latre has probably the big win there. He's going to pick up fifth place here. Also, Werner Jacobs might be able to pick up a spot. He's been doing well in the Lexus. Michael Hazenbrook's debut has not gone as well as expected. He had a very solid look at qualifying, but now things are a little bit rough. Speaking of a little bit rough, there's the pink pounder of Ron Morley chasing second place Diego Matos and the leader Matt Gale. So he's been a little bit of a problem. Up ahead of them, I think that's Clinton Strobel, who Matt Gale's not supremely happy with. And James Wheel might be in the wall. Seems okay. Back of Jardine a little bit now in the clamps of Joubert, but I don't know. Strobel does get out of the way. Thomas Wong on the tail. Sven van de Velde. Van de Velde overtaking him a little while ago, but he's coming back at him. And Van de Velde with a no! Rejoined right in front of Michael Hazenbrook. Oh, I feel so bad for Hazenbrook right now. He's making an overtake on Bozer. And just suddenly there's a Marlboro car there. Oh, no. Oh, that is not good. That is not good. All right. So Gale and Matos continue to battle out. That's one of the Van de Veldes. Probably Yoss, judging by the damage to the car. So Matt Gale is on pace to pick up the full 20 or the full 18 points, 20 points today. So he's got fastest lap and he had pole. So that'd be 20 points for him. Matos second. That'd be 16. Championship leader Nathan Gray is in fifth place. Jack Biddle ahead of him. Still have a chance. After that, it's going to be Boris, Just doing the silver standings as best I can right now. Morley and Taylor. It's come out okay for Morley, I guess, but more was on offer for him. Although I guess the fact that there's only 8 silvers running is probably helping that out a fair bit. He's actually only ahead of one of them. That being Mickey Taylor, who's been pretty anonymous today, actually. Rude would currently be the leader in the bronze category today. Championship leader Young is in second place, followed by Volt. Speed Volt's first podium for that Honda. Oh, Andreas Hansen off. What happened? Oh, that does not look good. Not good news for the Los Patos Hermanos car. Just kind of gets a little bit of curb and boom. Not good days. James Wheel on the tail of D. Hines. And he's bringing with him Joubert. So Hines needs to think about this, because Joubert is an actual threat to his podium. Right now, Hines holds third place in iron. Joubert is fourth. Mersanu off the track again. He has had a rough day. We'll just leave it at that. So after Volt, it would be Van de Velde who's getting the bonus points for fastest lap and pole right now. Then it would be Jardine having a good day. Then it's James Wheel. Then it's Nulis and Hansen. Although Hansen did just take a header. And then Mersanu and Scott. As it stands right now. And then in the iron category, who's got the fastest lap for the irons? Might just be the Thomas Wong, who just put down a 46.205. I'm taking that away from Robert Stoltz. So he's on a rocker right now. So it'd be the full 20 for him. Second place right now belongs to Stoltz. Third place to D. Hines. This is pretty much the best battle on track, so yeah, we're rocking it for a bit here. Lucas Joubert looking for that podium. He got one at Paul Ricard. He'd love to get another one. And it's Lautre, Jacobs, and Zur. Hazenbrook, newcomer. Jos van de Velde and Pat Fortune. I really am disappointed that I missed the superhero effort of Pat Fortune at Spa, because the rest of his season has not necessarily gone according to plan. And I would appreciate to. I would have loved to see that. Battle for top, not even top McLaren stock. Thomas Wong. What happened there? Okay, well, same spot. A little bit of weird netcode, maybe a little bit of bounce there between Hines and Joubert. Nathan Gray is off the track, but he seems okay. Hasn't lost a spot that matters, which is Robert Volt and Thomas Wong overtaking him. They are not in the same category as him. So he'll take that. If you're going to fall off the track, that's probably the best way of doing it. I do love the two liveries here between the Griffin, the GSRT team, and Stunt Possum. Both very nice. Really flows nicely with the bodywork of the 720. And Andres Hansen's in the pits, so that might plummet him down the order a little bit. Rejoins in the same spot. All right. Battle for that last spot on the Iron Podium. D. Hines versus Lucas Joubert. Still going on. Gale's pulled out to 1.2 seconds ahead of Diogo Matos, so not much drama there. The only other battle going on the field right now is Sven van de Velde is up on the tail of Robert Stoltz for 11th place. That is a non-category battle. Van de Velde is running in 4th in the bronze category. Stoltz is 2nd in iron. We'll pop into it if it's getting hot, but right now this is the hotter fight. This has got championship implications, number 1. But number 2, it also just happens to be closer together. So the McLarens are giving us some love today, that is for sure. And I'm loving it. Also peeling skin off of my sunburn everywhere in the room right now. So there's my overly personal information for you for the day. Van de Velde is getting close. Ron Morley's also catching up to Leon Lautre. Might pop in on that battle at some point. Give them a little bit of love, but it's about a second there right now. Oh, hang on. Jos is on the Sven's on the move. Sven van de Velde on the tail of Robert Stoltz. The prancing horses are going to war. I think he's got him. Stoltz did not fight that too hard. Stoltz's interest right now is trying to do his best to catch up to Thomas Wong, who right now is ripping it up. Jesus, 45.88. The early part of the race was Wong surviving. The latter part is him dominating the iron category right now. Just absolutely wrecking shop. And with Max Cruz not here today, his championship lead right now, right this second, and it may change because Joubert's going for the move, and he's through. That's the guy. That is the guy that he currently leads over, D. Hines. But that would put the gap at 17 points, 67 to 50. And there's no drop score for Wong because he had problems at Spa. I don't know specifically what they were. I did not do the commentary at Spa. And Joubert is just leaving Hines for dead. Wow. Ron Morley on the tail of Leon Lautre. Not sure who that is behind them. Oh, that's Aurel Ja, who's just calmly running in 3rd place. Aurel's got to have had one of the most boring days I've seen of his racing career here today. He's just been in 3rd like the entire time. Like barely even out there. Barely even on our screens. I guess I'll have to ask him in the. He usually pops in on the post race brief, so they won't talk. I'll ask him and see if we can get his idea of what he prefers: the solid result with like no action, or the carnage, the activity. Morley makes the move. This is a blue flag scenario as far as Ja is concerned. Lautre, give it a fair amount of room. But Ja should get through there without an issue. Matos is coming back at Gale. He's got the gap down to 0.7 of a second, so it is not over in that regard yet. And we also have Boris now tracking down championship leader Nathan Gray. Bo Zur coming back at Werner Jacobs and making the overtake stick. That's pretty important as far as the championship is concerned. Zur has been in the mix. He was a surprise winner at Spa, but also picked up a win at Monza. He's had a real turn of pace with Los Patos Hermanos this season. I'm not sure if he's new to the team, but if he's not, the lessons are paying off at this point. And the hunt is on for Thomas Boris. The Polish driver is hunting the championship leader in the silver category, Nathan Gray. Gray currently running in 5th in the class. This would be his worst result of the season. And it could get worse. Boris would like to make that move. James Wheel is still in the vicinity of Samuel Jardine, so he still might see a struggle between the Lexus and the Mustang. But it's kind of calm there for the time being. And we have a late pit for Jos van de Velde. Looks like he might have needed a little bit of extra fuel. Drops him to 10th place in the category. And promotes Pat Fortune to 9th. Might drop him out of the points entirely. Clinton Strobel is within 5 seconds. So if he's having problems, and Strobel has generally been faster than him, well, that could be interesting. Oh, Matos is off. Did he go for the lead? Did he go for the hero? No, it doesn't look like it. Looks like we're just going to get, a little bit too much of the curb. And some contact with the wall. Should be able to rejoin without too much issue in 2nd place, though. He is quite a bit clear of Orel Shaw, about 8.8 seconds. Boris and Gray might be the only really interesting battle we've got left. There is a hot zone around Jardine and Wheel, but it's about 0.8 of a second. It has been kind of like... It's been about 0.8 of a second for like a while between the two. Wheel's a little bit faster than Jardine is. It about 1/10 of a second last lap. But it's not changing tremendously. It is Boris hunting the silver championship leader, Nathan Gray, who is not retaining the championship lead as things stand. It'd be, oh! What the heck happened there? Can we get a better look at that? Gray ended up sideways. What happened there? Oh! Okay, there was contact. I missed it on the live. Boris knocks him into spin. He gives the spot back. Very gentlemanly. Things are heating up for Wheel now. Sven van de Velde and Bo Zur off the track. Well, that's some needless contact. Robert Stoltz picks up a spot there, but that is not in category. Sure which of the stunt possums that is in the background of this battle. Oh, it's Pat Fortune. Be the 488. I don't think we've seen much Pat Fortune actually today. It's been a really quiet day for the 488 Evo. Van de Velde is now battling with Jardine and Wheel. So this could be interesting. That is going to be Jardine going fast pretty easily. It looks like Van de Velde is quite slow right now. Wheel's all over his back end. Not through yet, though. So we will see. That's 4th place in category. Now for Jardine, he's having a fantastic day. Boris all over the back end, but he's got to find a way past. That's the trick. He's gotten close a number of times. But the only time he really went for it, and he got very lucky there. The only time he went for it, he ended up knocking Gray into a spin. And then, to avoid issues with the stewards, gave the spot back, which is, acceptable and laudable. But he has not found his way to a real good challenge as of yet. Van de Velde's coming back at Jardine, so whatever seemed wrong with the car appears to have been more of a tire issue than a structural issue. Matt Gale in the background.
Leaders on final lap now.
Entering his final lap. And Sven gets a little bit wide. Now, Sven might have 2 laps to work here because I don't think Matt Gale's going to lap these guys. Quite yet. Things are coming alive a little bit higher up. Jack Biddle is caught up to Sean Young. That is Clinton Strobel bashing around. Clinton's got to be one of the more inconsistent drivers in the field, if I'm being entirely honest today. Not even today, just like in the series in general. He's definitely got a little bit of pace to him, but there's a consistency issue. All right, 3-way fight. We're also keeping an eye on Gray versus Boris and Biddle versus Young. But this is the one I'm most interested in because this is category. Oh, hang on. Okay, Boris was showing as a yellow flag there, but it doesn't. It looks like it may have been a connection issue. He is all over the back here. Very wide. And Gray is going to... Well, they may have another lap. Hang on. Where is... Has the checkered flag come out for Gray or for Gale yet? No, it hasn't. The 508 is coming to finish his lap. So he's got one more lap. And James Wheel appears to have bagged both of them. The Mustang is putting the pressure on. Checkered flags are coming out for some of the cars. Gale is done. Jardine hanging. Oh, no! Wheel and Van de Velde get into it. We also got a yellow flag out for Thomas Wong, who... Not sure what's up with that. Van de Velde down a spot. And Wheel up a spot. That's kind of terminated that battle. Alright, Biddle coming down to the end of it here. This is not really all that meaningful for Sean Young, so he might just let Biddle through. Like, I'm not suggesting to treat it as a blue flag or anything, but like, you're definitely not risking anything if you're Sean Young here. You're definitely like, yeah, if you want to go for it, go for it. I'm just going to take my 2nd place in class home. Thank you very much. Because Robert Volt was, he was there. He'll get a podium. The journey of what a shit show today. Honestly, up here it was pretty good. I have no doubt that people had rough times. There was definitely some carnage. Nathan Gray will hang on against Thomas Boris. But I thought for the overall part, this was a really good race. This is not a battle for position. Bozer is down a lap to Robert Stoltz. It's a shame. Bozer was having a fantastic day in a lot of ways. Stoltz across the line. Samuel Jardine hangs on against James Wheel. And in the backgrounds, the man of 2 liveries, Sven Van de Velde, comes across the line. Oh, Orelja did snag fastest lap at the end. So, one moment while I adjust the standings and give you the rundown. So Jaw picks up that point for fastest lap, and Gale loses his. Okay. So, silver category. Now keep in mind, these are unofficial numbers. Unofficial. I'm going to put a McLaren on for our display here today. Do I have a custom one? I don't know if I have a custom one for this. I didn't think I do. Yeah, I kind of like the Optims. Yeah, sure. Throw it out there. We saw a lot of the McLaren 720 today, so we'll give it its time to shine here. Those who are waiting for speaking, just let me run down the championship standings here, and I will get right to you. So, championship-wise, very rough numbers. Do not take them as gospel. Oral Ja leads with 67 points from Nathan Gray on 63, 56 for Diogo Matos, 55 for Matt Gale, and he's still kind of in it, kind of not in it. Jack Biddle's on 48 and 41 for Johan Viviers. In the bronze category, Sean Young leads the way. Hang on. I have not sorted the spreadsheet by point. Sean Young is in first place. That does not change, but the second place car will change. Second place belongs to Adrian Maru, today's winner in the category, on 68 points, 53 for Shanu Murasanu, 47 for Philippe Nulis, and those are really the only four guys in the mix. Robert Volt is in fifth place, if you want to know that, but he's a little bit too far back. And then bringing up the rear, we have the iron category, which is going to be led by Thomas Wong. Pretty dominant now, 17 points up on D. Hines, 67 to 55. Bozer is on 45, 43 for Max Cruz and Pat Fortune. They are tied for fourth place. Robert Stoltz, Lucas Joubert, Mario Ferreira, Nathan B., and Misu Guzmanovic. You'd think I would get that right. I am Yugoslavian. Is in 10th. I'm from Canada, but for those who are unaware, Yugoslavian heritage is what I got to bring to the table. All right. We've got hands up from Thomas Wong. We got hands up from Matt Gale. We'll let Matt Gale have it first because I think he had his hand up first. And he's also our winner today, Matt Gale.
How you doing? That was a tough race. I just want to say to the Matos and Jar, that was you kept me on my toes. I knew I had a 10-second penalty from success from last week, so I tried my very hardest to get rid of it in the first stint, which was tough because those guys are fast.
It was very close when you went into.
It was.
I was doing the math. I'm like, you got like 0.2 of a second off that penalty.
Well, I saw the pace I was getting per lap, and I wanted an extra 2 or 3 laps, which I had in fuel, to get in front of Matos. And then he pitted, and I was like, he's going to have new tyres. He might gain the time back. I just have to go for it and hope that I can gain any time in the second half of the race. And then the second half of the race, he was on my tail the whole way. Like, he was pushing me, so it felt like an hour-long qualifying session. I think towards the last 5 minutes or so, he dropped back by 10 seconds. Something must have happened to him, but up until that point, I was highly pressured.
He got a little bit of curb and spun himself out, so yeah, took him off your tail.
Unlucky, but yeah, up until that point, he was like, on my tail the whole way. So, it wasn't an easy win because of the success penalty, but I'm happy with it. I'll have another success penalty next week to get through. And I think my first pole as well.
You are also the first person to actually win from pole. That had not been done yet this season.
Woohoo! Is that off your bingo sheet now?
Yep.
Awesome. I'll let someone else speak. Cheers.
All right, I believe the second person with their hand up was Thomas Wong. So we are inviting the Iron Championship leader and today's Iron winner to the stage. Thomas, tell us about your race.
Yeah, hello. Uh, I think the first half of the race was really exciting. Bo was defending hard in front of me, and like all sort of action going around. And then I just like overcut him in the pit stop. The strategy worked very well. I was like 6 seconds up when I got off the pit stop, but I think he had a crash on the second half of the race.
I was gonna say I'm not sure you can thank the strategy gods on this one. This I think the Lords of Chaos may have gotten you this one a little bit more than strategy.
Yeah, so I think I also got very lucky not getting killed on the chicane of death. So there was an awkward moment that me and Bo just don't want to go into the chicane side by side, and we break a lot, and yeah, I nearly got killed, I think.
I think a couple of people did. There were definitely some early on hazy moments for you. What is the deal with the early the lack of pace early in the races? Because I've noticed this a couple of times now. What are you looking to do to address this particular problem?
Maybe just, I don't know, prepare well. I think I was like, my tires have no pressure at all for the first few laps.
Okay.
And I just fixed that with the pit stop, so my second half was much quicker.
You got the tires into the zone, and then things clicked from there pretty nicely. Oh, that's good. Maybe try not to do that though.
And I think I am getting a promotion, maybe. So
could be.
Yeah,
could be. You do have 2 wins in a row and 2 perfect clean sweeps with fastest lap, pole, and win. So generally, my spidey sense is telling me that that's probably about time.
I kind of did the license when I just started the game, like back in May. So yeah, my pace got better after that. So yeah, I'm happy about the race though.
Well, they may pluck you from your championship lead, but your championship lead is currently in effect. So enjoy it while you can.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll let another person speak. So.
All right. We have our third winner today, bronze winner, Adrian, California lovin' Marud.
Yeah, good evening. So, first of all, congratulations to all the class winners. Tonight was a very good race for me. Second win of the season. But I think this is probably the best race I've ever had from a driving perspective. As usual, a fair bit of luck was involved with some of the faster people ahead getting into incidents. But considering I bottled my qualifying, bottled my race start, had to start fighting my way back, then I know Sean had a little off, but I don't think he was in the wall. So I was trailing behind him for a while, managed to overcut by a hair. So I was super stressed during my outlap on cold tires, having him 0.5 behind. Managed to stay ahead, built a little bit of a gap. Then suddenly he was super fast again, took a second out over a single lap. So I was stressing again. But I managed to just put my laps in, keep it clean, no contact with any cars or the wall. So clean race, putting my laps in, felt like I was doing a good job, and luckily I was rewarded for it. So tonight felt great.
Also proved the commentator wrong, which is, always a nice benefit.
Always what?
It's always a good benefit when you prove the talking head in the clouds wrong as well. Because
Yeah.
I was kind of critical of your pit strategy. I'm like, why did you not pit when you were behind Biddle? You got past Biddle and then pitted. It's like, this is weird. This is not how this is supposed to go.
Yeah, it's I was planning to. I was trying to get ahead for quite a few laps. Had that one side by side, and then finally got past. Looked at my fuel. Saw that I couldn't go for another lap.
Fair enough.
So kind of apologized to Jack for that. Kind of dick move to dive the corner, and then pit right after.
It was a bit weird. If I was in Jack's seat, I wouldn't be because he's in a Bentley. But would not
If
be
he
happy.
has questions, that is very understandable. It was not necessarily the plan. I was focusing on getting past, and then, I had my little crew chief on my ear telling me to get the fuck into the pits.
All right. Anything else you would like to add before I invite Mickey Taylor to the stage?
I don't think so. Looking forward to watching the stream tomorrow. Have a good night.
Okay. Mickey Taylor, you are next up onto the stage.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Well, that was interesting. First time I got wiped out. I've done quite well all season to avoid most of the chaos, so maybe changing my livery was my curse. You've just got to laugh. You've got to laugh. You know, I still enjoy it. You know, I know my forte is endurance racing, but I give it a shot every week, so it's the main thing. I think some of the driving standards weren't particularly great, but you know, they are rookies.
Didn't
Is what
notice
it
much
is.
up from the commentary booth, admittedly. Not saying there wasn't anything, obviously. There's always something. But,
I know. A lot of it is common
didn't
sense.
didn't seem too bad.
No.
But then again, also did not see much of your race, so
No, you wouldn't do, because you don't want to be watching all that. It's not your job. It's entertaining, but you don't want to see it. No, I got caught up in the incident. It was, I don't know whether you got a replay of it or not, but
oh, there was an early incident, yeah, through the
Yeah.
Ron Morley, a couple other people got involved. A number of cars picked up damage off of that. So,
yeah, lap 5.
yep, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I made it past every car apart from the last one.
I was kind of hoping Morley would pop in because I was gonna poke fun at his election to continue driving with an obviously compromised car for like 10 laps after that. I'm just like, sir,
Yeah.
get in the pits.
You can make this. Oof. Yeah. Unfortunately, he caused the incident, but yeah, it's just racing, so.
Yeah, no, he didn't do anything like
No,
terribly.
It wasn't.
Terribly offload.
No.
He went for a
Not
move.
terribly.
It didn't work. There was contact. There was carnage.
There we go.
It's what you get when you have
It's
a flowing
racing.
track like that
It's
in
racing.
Watkins Glen, that
Racing.
first sector.
Yeah. Most of the time, I quite enjoy going from the back because you can just literally drive past everyone. Except you need to be further up in order to be in the race. So this week I thought, well, I'm going to focus on qualifying because that's just my bogey card. Can't qualify to save my life. You probably noticed. However, this week I drove out the garage. I did 2 laps and I qualified at a decent time. I thought, okay, that's fine. Take my tyres, drop back into the pits. So qualifying went well. So positive on that front.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
All right.
You said you like liveries.
I mean, everyone likes liveries.
Got quite a few over the years.
The selection in the server is pretty nice. Although there was an
suppose
interesting
you've
one.
seen-
Sven, speaking of which, he's in the audience. Sven, what is up with your livery, sir? It was 2 different liveries for me today. I'm very confused. Not happy about it. All right, Robert Volt, you are next up. You were on the bronze podium today. A solid result for the Honda. And the last 2 races have been pretty kind to you. Looks like you're putting something together here.
Yeah. I'm very surprised by the results as well. Well, especially since I went from 21st to 7th.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Well done.
Holy shit, that was quite a lot of work.
Well, you were in the battles there. You had a solid day. Picked up a podium in the class, finishing behind Adrian and Sean. And you find yourself in 5th place in the championship. So that's all pretty good.
Yep. Unfortunately, not enough points to be a issue for any of the people in 4th and above.
I mean, you're only 15 points behind Philip Newless, who missed out at Paul Ricard. So I think you're selling yourself a little bit short there.
How many races are actually left? There's. Oh, okay. So there's Panorama and Nürburgring. Okay.
Yeah, you're still in it. You could finish up there. The top 3
Yeah.
might be a little bit out of reach, but 4th place I think is in play.
Yeah.
Bathurst next week.
Woo.
Ooh, we're going to Mount Panorama next. Ooh, that's gonna be fun. That's.
Yeah.
I hope my co-commentator Byron is here for that, because that is the one track that he actually like loves, because Carnage.
He's one of those people. Yeah. Well, in that case, I definitely enjoy him a lot more than Carnage.
Bathurst is my happy place. My favourite place.
Yeah.
I do
love
love me
it.
some Bathurst, but like it's definitely one of those days that can go very, very wrong. Would you like to add
That's
anything
because I'm
else,
the
Robert?
smartest.
Well, I did a few like setup changes. Like in the whole, I actually do setups for the Honda, and with one simple trick, I just managed to shave one whole fucking second of my pace. Like what the fuck?
Well, do share.
Basically just slam the front onto roll bar to max. So it's somehow just yes.
I mean, that's not a minor change. That's a fairly significant change.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was toying around with the esports setups. They slammed the nose right down, and that was very interesting. First time driving an esports setup, it's like, whoa, you got to be sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's also common.
you will never catch me doing that, because I will die.
Yeah, I can second that opinion. I've used esports setups a few times. It's like, oh god, this is too fucking sharp for me. And then Friedels just comes in and says, hello.
Well, it's good to see a couple people turning their seasons around. You are one of them. And, yeah, we got some people on the rise, and some, sadly we have some people on the fall as well. But,
Yeah.
it's looking good.
But yeah, anyways, in terms of the race itself, it was excellent.
Indeed.
Yes.
I will say good night.
Have a good night, Mickey.
You too. See you all next week.
Ooh,
So
the mountains.
so long.
All right, and we have Sven van de Velde. Possibly our last one.
Good evening. Hello.
So, before we begin, you're talking about race. What's up with the livery?
Yeah, so, I'm driving with my dad, as you know, and we wanted to have the same livery, but we couldn't, find online a good one that suited both our cars, so we just made our own. That's why we have a different livery this time.
I mean, that doesn't explain why you appear with a different livery on the replay than what you do in the race. It's very weird.
What?
Very confusing.
Oh. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I have to remember two different liveries for you. It's unacceptable.
Okay, cool. Well, it's special.
You appear as a Marlboro car on the replays, but in live you're like a green and silver car.
Yeah. So the real one is the green and silver one. So the Marlboro one is the old one. And maybe it has something to do with I joined the server with the Marlboro one, and then I saw I had the wrong one, and then I left and put the right one back on. So I think that's why. Yeah. Yeah. So weird race for me.
Yeah, you were up at the front. You got caught up in some carnage. You made a couple of mistakes that we saw, and still salvaged a pretty solid result, all things considered.
Yeah. So, man, it's just consistency, man. I'm new to this game. I'm new to sim racing as a whole. So, learning a week long circuit and then putting a time in, that's easy. But then going to the race, racing with I don't know, what is it, 50 people now, 30. Yeah, it's I need to work on that. It's just sad. I got killed one time, and then I killed some other people, I think. So I'm really sorry for the people I hurt. Yeah, but I was really glad with the top 4. I mean, I was scared, but also really glad. So. Yeah.
I have you in 6th place today for the category. So that's still a decent result.
Yeah, I'm still happy with it. I mean, so the first crash was like lap 18, I think. And then no, I spun out when I was behind Jaw. It was like lap, I don't know, 6 or something, and then I had too much damage, so I lost time. So I thought, I'm gonna pit early and just go through the whole race. And unfortunately, it got some more damage underway. So yeah, I'm still happy with the result. Definitely, yeah.
How are you feeling about the promotion to bronze?
Yeah, I'm happy about it. It definitely makes qualifying a lot easier because there's less bronze, I think, on the track than iron, so that's good. Not this race, I think, but
yeah, I was gonna say, I'm gonna say it was pretty balanced today.
Yeah. Today it was pretty balanced, but if you look at like the standings, like I think they're like 23 irons, so could get pretty busy when qualifying when everyone from iron is there. So I'm glad about that. Yeah, and yeah, I'm happy about it. I'm sorry, I don't have any PR training, so
Don't worry
I need
about
to
it.
work on that as well.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, man. Funny to hear you actually talk to you right now because I always watch the stream back, so it's like kind of talking with a celebrity. So that's fun.
I am not a celebrity. Get that out of your head.
For me, you are. For me, you are. Yeah.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, you got the final word of the drivers because I got Oral in the audience, but Oral never talks. Oral, someday.
Oh, okay.
I will bully you onto stage, Oral.
Oh.
I will make it happen.
Jaw is here. I need to thank Jaw because you paved the way for me because I was behind you. Because I was a lap behind you, so I was a blue flag. But because I just drove behind you, everyone needed to go out of your way, and I could just follow. So that was really nice. Thank you, Jaw, for that. All right. Thank you for your time. This was fun.
Maybe if you get the championship, you'll talk, sir. You gotta do the PR work before you win the championship. That's how this works.
True.
But you do have the championship lead by 4 points over Nathan Gray, and actually it's more with the adjusted for drop scores because Nathan's drop score is quite high, such as what happens when you don't finish outside the top 5.
Aw, poor Gray. All right, thank you for your time, and have a good evening. Have a good Sunday.
All right. And everybody else in the audience, have a good day and help you enjoy. If you're watching this later, good race. And yeah, I think this was actually one of the better races of the season, and I look forward to Bathurst next time. Because I always look forward to Bathurst.